All right, we're back here in Putter Down. Golf Architect, this is under par. Welcome back. We're going to start with hole number 10. We're going to make ourselves our back 9. Everything is running really smoothly here. We got just the right balance, I think. I've been watching them moving around and stuff. Just the right balance of bathroom positions and the whole, like everything is just flowing, and I'm really digging it. I have upgraded the clubhouse now to level 2. I had forgotten to do that throughout making this. It's fairly expensive, but it increases your golfer limit. So now we're up to 35 at a time, which is pretty good. It's going to help us make even more money. And we're going to spend that money making new holes. So in this gap that's right here, I don't think we can actually place any more of these buildings here. I mean, maybe I can make a bigger driving range in the future. And so I'm going to leave myself the possibility here. I've placed this fountain. I can always move it and then slide the putting green up if we get a bigger driving range later that can occupy this space. But so I'm going to prepare for that possibility in the future and place my stuff right here. So this hole 9 ends here. Unlike all the other holes, I don't really want to necessarily place my tee box right next to it. It doesn't really fit what I'm looking for 10. So I'm actually going to start 10 right over here. And so 10 is going to be kind of right about here as the tee box. And we're going to bring it over to the corner. It's not exactly a mirror image, but we're going to kind of do a mirror image of the last side. So 10 is going to come this way. And then we'll bring it up from there. This one here is 407 yards. That's a very long par 4, but it's still a 4. 5 will be up here. And we're going to make sure we have at least one par 3 in this area, but we're going to do 2 par 5s here just to kind of balance everything out from what it was before. So this is going to be 10, and we can place 10. The flag for 10, I suppose, should probably be kind of, I don't know, facing out this way. We can do it about here. That's fine. And let's get started. So our tee box is going to be expanded that way. And I think the angle on everything is pretty good. I do want the driving range to eventually be out that way. So what we maybe should do is just kind of alter the waypoints a little bit so it goes out, just to give it a little more of a wide berth here from that, just a little bit. So we'll kind of look at it from this side like this. We're going to clear out all the trees that are going to be where our fairway are going to be. Most of these trees are going to be gone, but, you know, we'll keep a few of them. Let's keep maybe like that. This can go, and I think maybe this one can stay. Those trees can stay. So everything else right here, I think, is probably okay to stay. You got to avoid these trees if you can as you kind of bend yourself a little bit. Just a slight curve out that way seems to make sense to me. There's also a hill here. I'm noticing, yeah, there's a pretty good sized hill here, so you have to get up above the hill. Part of me actually wants to have the tee box be on top of the hill, but that would reduce the distance. So instead, I'm gonna just raise this up, and I have to delete. I guess I have to delete the. Oh, I have to use the right tool. Actually, is what I need to do. No, you have to delete this stuff in order to actually do it. So we're going to really quickly sell this. And then I need to terraform first. I would love, as like a feature request, for them to allow me to adjust things without having to do that. But it is what it is. And we'll delete the sign as well because we have to. And let's just get this, like, yeah, up on the hill a little bit here. Just a slightly elevated position for the start of the hole. I like that. Just right about there is good. And then they can walk down as they do from there. Okay, so place the hole back here, and then we can come all the way over here. I don't remember where this was, so we're going to go maybe right into the corner is fine over there. And then we will say, just bend this a little bit this direction. Just enough to where we can give this area here a little bit more room. And we can always raise this up a little bit later too, but I like it being up on top of this hill. Okay, so the sign goes here again. This is 10. Cool. And then we will have our fairways. Let's give a nice, it's like a lot of hills here, right? This is very hilly. And I'm all right with that, but let's just kind of paint our fairways like this. We'll go a slower fairway over here. That's fine. Yeah, just a little, we have some slow areas. We have some fast areas. I'm all right with that. Let's kind of do maybe something more like this. Sure. There we go. So the fairway looks like a C at the moment. This is a 411 yard par 4. It's quite a long par 4. So you're going to have to really know what you're doing to get par on this one. You got to belt it out there. Let's get some first cut grass kind of off to the sides over here like this. And I'm thinking maybe for some water, I'm trying to figure out like where my other holes are going to be here, right? I mean, 10 goes here. So maybe we see 11 come. We could have 11 come back. And then 12 can go out this way and then 13 this way. And we could zigzag back. But ideally, I want 18 to be here is what I was hoping for. 18 should be ending at the clubhouse, right? So for that reason, I think I am going to stick to the mirror image plan. So if I'm sticking to the mirror image plan, we don't really need any water or anything through here. Ideally, I like to place this water stuff. I've been trying to, with the exception of my island here as part of it. But I've been kind of looking at opportunities to have water like share, right? So like it interferes with more than just one hole when I place water is the idea. Specifically like this one, it goes into 2 separate holes over here. This one does the same thing. This one, not so much. I was initially intending on having this maybe be all the way down. And I may still do that, just kind of stretch it all the way down here. It counts as a hazard anyway. But anyway, like this right here is probably going to interfere with multiple holes, right? That kind of thing. Maybe this water, I move it to be over here or something, or I can just leave it there. But I have to figure out exactly what, what role does that water play? And I think for this hole, we don't have any sand. We don't have any water. This is like you're getting yourself started on the back 9. We don't necessarily need that. So we'll just leave it as is. We need more fairway. We need more green. Let's go ahead and get more green here really quick. We'll have the green kind of stretch along the back side of this. So we'll kind of do something like maybe this for the green. I'm all right with that. Yeah, sure. Part of me actually wants to put a little bit of rough grass back behind this. Just if you get, yeah, maybe we'll have a smaller green just surrounded by the rougher grass kind of area here. I'm all right with that too. That's better. Yeah, maybe some rough grass over here too, just to help with that hazard score a little bit. We'll add some first cut kind of around it, and maybe over here on this side too. Not a lot of like really extreme hazards this time, just extra grass to deal with, C+, B-. Yeah, it's actually quite challenging to get this to be an A, isn't it? My green is even a B+. Wow. Okay. Well, I'll make the green bigger then, I guess. There, A+ for that. The fairway needs to be a little bit more fairway-like, I guess. Well, we'll make it slower. Let's make that slower. Just kind of clear that in. That's good. We'll let you have a fairway over here too. Sure. Yeah, and the faster fairway, I guess, could be this little spot right here. So if you hit this, maybe you get a little extra roll. I'm all right. Yeah, I'm good with that. Let's do that, and then maybe all the way down this way too. We'll give you extra roll in the beginning and then slower roll near the end. All right, this is a little bit better. My fairway is now ranking at least an A. Give me an A+ with one more click. So let's go like that. That's fine. So we need more hazards, which is interesting to me because I thought I had quite a lot of hazard space here, but I guess not. Let's put some rough grass on that side. Maybe we could line this with trees too, Like we could put some extra trees on the course. That's probably something that will help my hazard score just a tad bit. Yeah, just a little extra trees there. There's my A+. It's barely, but it's there. And maybe just one tree on that side, There. It's a simple hole compared to a lot of the other ones, right? It's mostly grass. And I think that's all right. It's almost hazard at an A+. So if I just tap that, nope, one more. That. Wow. Okay. There it is. A+. All right. So we got ourselves an A+ hole there. Now we need another hole. So this is 10. I'm going to unlock it once we have an 11. Well, maybe we just let him play it. Yeah, I'm just going to let him play it. Because our clubhouse has expanded capabilities, right? Or capacity, right? We have 35 golfer limit. We want them to spread out. And if I upgrade this now, like this, ta-da! Now we're maxed out in our clubhouse too, which means our golfer limit has just jumped to 40 at a time, I think, right? And so with that, I think it's, yeah, right here, golfer limit is 40. So like with that, more golfers can be on the course at once, which means you need more holes. You need people to spread out a little bit more. So again, I think this is a fairly straightforward hole. I think this is going to be fine. One thing I do want to see though is can we have, drinking fountain coverage is not actually covering it. And I think I'm going to place this over about this side because it's going to cover the green that we eventually have over here too. I think that's a good idea. So you can place this drinking fountain there. And let's also get a trash bin over here too. That's good. All right, so we'll just have that coverage. And then down over here, I think maybe a bathroom should be on this side. If you're here, you had the opportunity to use the bathroom before you shot this shot. But I think if we can put one out this way, it at least covers multiple holes and stuff, so it's fine. All right, let's clear out. No, we want that tree, don't we? Because that was our hazard tree. Well, we don't need that tree specifically. We just need a tree, so I can maybe make another one there instead. Yeah, that's fine. I do want to kind of see how people play this hole. They seem to be walking well outside here. So did you guys hit it in the rough? Are you looking for your ball? Is that what this is? Dude, this is so us. This is so realistic. Is that what you're doing? Just wandering looking for your ball? This is what happens to me constantly. I slice it out, right? And then it ends up in the first cut, the really high grass. And then I spend like at least 3 or 4 minutes just looking for it before I finally decide to take a drop. And then, you know, we obviously let people play through if you're slower, but I mean, somewhat slower play if you do it that way, I guess. Let's have the next tee box be right on the edge here. I like this. Next tee can be up on this little hill here. Let's maybe do a little flattening. We'll put it up, elevate it just a little bit more. I like that. Just a little elevation there. And then we'll delete that tree can go. And I think probably, yeah, this tree, a lot of these trees are going to go, but we'll see where the course is. This has to be a par 5. I want to balance out the course a little bit. So this has to be a par 5. And my goodness, is it ever. Yep, right over there. So we're going to place this. I think I might place it over here, closer to that water, just to see if we can maybe get people to get into there. Allows that water to participate in more than one hole. So I think maybe right here should be good. Yeah. And then I don't have to move the water because it saves me cost. Not that I care about the cost at this point, but, you know, saving costs. You just use the natural, this is what happens with the whole, you know, thing, right? Just, this is the way it was. I didn't place that water there, and I didn't place this water, but I can use it, you know? All right, let's start the tee box for this side. Looks like it's a C, so we'll just extend it out to a B. Wow, okay. Tell you what we can do then. Let's get this money back. And we'll do our first actual square tee box. Yeah, there we go. Finally doing a square tee box. All right. And then let's see. We don't really need any type of fairway or anything going through here. It's mostly this area is a par 5. They're going to hit it at least this far. So if you don't make it to the fairway because you hit it too short, then that's on you. But you can get to the fairway here. And we'll just kind of paint this fairway. Let's maybe make this one a little slower as you get to this point, and it gets up to about here, okay? So we have our, you know, it's a pretty respectable fairway, I guess. It's a B- at the moment, so we can make this just a little bit. Yeah, just bring it up to this point here. All right, so that's a B+, B+. I want to get my A here. Right here too. All right, so that's our A+ fairway. We're good there. We provided all the things. So now we want to remove some of these obstructions that are kind of in the way of smooth fairway access. And I kind of like these trees. I'm going to leave these ones. Yeah, I'm going to leave the rest of the trees alone, I think. I like this hill right here. It's kind of cool. Maybe we maybe just bring that up a little bit. That could be interesting. Yeah, and then actually, if we lower it, no, bring it up higher, but then drop it down here. Yeah. We drop this lower like this. Really make this, you know, if you go too far sort of thing, right? Be up like that. Yeah. Something like that. And then, you know it. You know where I'm going with this, right? I think you guys get it. Nope. Apparently I'm bad at this. There we go. A little water over here. Sure. There we go. Just a little bit of water over here with the fishies. You can go swimming with the fishies, you know. If you go too far, it'll dip down in there. I like it. All right. And then only a portion of this actually touches the boundaries of the course too. So it's a little bit, maybe I can change the boundaries of the course to include some more of that. Maybe we go like this. Add another waypoint that maybe brings it this way. That's going to affect how my fairway rating is. So I kind of maybe don't want to do that. Let's get a little... Yeah, we're still A+ on the fairway. Pretty low on hazards, though. And then we need a better green score, too, of course. So let's get our green in. About like that should do it. Yeah. About like that should do it. And then we'll get some rough grass, maybe over in this area and through here. And then in the back as well. Maybe just a little bit on this side. We can leave that alone. And then maybe get some rough grass over here and right here too. So the fairway kind of narrows as you get up here. And then we just kind of leave it there. I think it probably should be a little bit closer. Yeah, we'll do something like that. Let's open it up a little bit there. I think actually making this run a little faster would be a good idea. On the top of this. Just to increase the odds that it goes in the water. I like it. Let's maybe connect these two things like that. Okay. And then we can connect this, and this. And then we put maybe some first cut there, some first cut over here like this. Do I want any sand? I think no sand on this one. I'm all right. There's a lot of trees here too. That'll definitely get in their way already. So I think we're good on that. Let's leave that fairway nice and connected. Put some additional first cuts over here on this side and there too, and like in here, and then along the side here too. So we're looking at B for the hazard right now. I just don't have enough. It really wants me to use the sand, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be sticking to my guns here. So this is thicker rough, but this technically is part of the course, so I can place it back here and it'll work. Same thing with this. It's part of this. So there's a B+, the A, and we'll just place a bunch of rough grass kind of over here near the trees. That makes sense. And now we're at an A+ ranking overall. So that's what we wanted. All right, that's a fairly simple hole. It goes really far out there. You're going to be like really extended out this way, but I like it. And it allows this water to participate. If I have another green right here, now we have two. So that'll be neat. The problem with having another green here, though, is like, where's my tee box for my next hole going to go? And I think maybe it could start here. And that way, maybe I could see... Yeah, I kind of wanted to go this way with it, though. Yeah, I don't think this is really going to be able to, quote-unquote, participate in multiple holes. But it's fine. It's fine. We'll go like this, and then this is a par 4. I think a par 4 in this is a good idea right here. And then we could always bring back maybe a par 3 from here and have the hole be here, and then I have another tee box there that goes that way. I think that's an okay idea. So maybe we have another par 4 maybe end right about here. So there's like two greens fairly close together. And then possibly we put some obstruction here to maybe encourage them to go closer to this water. Maybe. I don't know about that yet. Let's put the hole marker or the flag. We'll put this here, I guess. And then another flag will be over here. Mark this one as... Ooh, wait. No. Oh, I messed that up. Hang on. This is not number 10. No. That's not what we want. This goes away. And you are... Yeah, 11. So you're... Yeah, weird. I guess I have to place you in place of this tree here. This tree has to go, I guess. Yeah, we'll have this tree go then. This tree doesn't. And now, is this hole still an A+? It is. Okay. So we have 10 here. It's at least marked correctly. I don't know what are you doing? Well, this is the end of the course. Yeah, that's what you're probably going back. But let me just see what your stats are from now. You are a little bit low on energy. Hunger's fine. Yeah, you're fine. We're going to place a bathroom over here anyway. I think probably right here is where this is going to go. It just needs to be able to, service this one, service this tee box, service another green maybe here. Ooh, this could be my par 3. I really want this, which I didn't make, to play a role in the course. I'm kind of obsessed with that. I want the water to matter. Okay. So let's take from here. We're going to get rid of this tree. Maybe we do something a little bit interesting here. I'm going to say we have two separate fairways, left and right. And you have to make a choice with this hole, all right? We're going to play like a puzzle for golfers here, okay? We're going to make them make a choice, all right? They can go left and deal with potentially the water, or right and deal with potentially the trees. But if they go down the middle, they're going to have to deal with sand. Let's see how that works. This seems like it's something interesting to me. So let's say we take the tee box, make it stretched out. That's fine. And then the green, same thing over here. We'll just make a simple green. It doesn't have to be super complicated. This is fine right here. Okay. Does that actually, yeah, it's an A+ green. Okay. So for the hazards on this one, this is fairly hilly. It's not really all that flat, but I'm thinking we take sand and we go kind of like this. Okay. So we've got this huge sand trap right here. Maybe it's a little bit too huge. Maybe we do 2 separate sand traps instead. It probably looks a little bit more natural to golf to do that. But it's right down the middle, right? And it's a par 4. So, I mean, you're kind of expected to land in this area-ish, right? For your first shot. If you can't really necessarily get it to the green in one, some can, but that's a long shot. 271 is pretty big. Some golfers absolutely could hit the green in one there, but I think reliably you're probably landing around here. Most golfers are landing around here. And so, and then some suboptimal golfers that really don't have that kind of range would be in this. So I like the position of these. I'm actually thinking maybe, just maybe, I move them just a little bit more. We could say, let's move these to where they're just a little bit more in play for more of the advanced golfers, because I want this to be kind of a puzzle they got to solve. So we'll do something like this instead. Just kind of move them down. I like it. And then we'll have a little bit of fairway right here. If they make it, then that's great. But the idea is you're going to either aim for the fairway on this side, or you're going to aim for the fairway on this side. Okay? You kind of choose which side you want to deal with. And I think I need to readjust this so it's not quite, yeah, it kind of needs to be about like that. Yeah, that's exactly where I want it, actually, just on the click. So that opens it up. Yeah, so you got to kind of choose what you want to deal with. So in this case, we're going to place, I think, the water. I'm going to expand it a little bit. We'll place some water on, let's say, here. Okay, so you got water potentially on this side. It kind of wraps around with this. That's cool-ish, but it needs to have a way to get past it. You have to be able to walk it. So there. Need people to be able to walk across that. So there's going to be 2 separate water now. That's fine. And then we'll place some tree obstacles on this side. So we'll say that we have potentially tree problems over here on this side. That is very crowded, isn't it? It is. I wish I could make this a little bit wider, though. Like, I wish this was in bounds for this, but it's very narrow. I don't like how narrow that is. You know what? I'm going to change it again just to go see if I can maybe get this to be just a little bit more of what I'm looking for. We'll adjust it like this, just 1 tile over. See how it takes this completely out of play now. It's weird. Well, let's try that. I mean, that is closer to what I was looking for. So, okay. It's just like, I wish I could put something else over here. I wanted 2 tiles wide for the fairways on both sides, and I'm not getting that, is the idea here. So, whoops. Rough over here is good, and then let's have just like some green. No, I don't want rough here. I want rough down the middle. The middle is avoided here. Is the idea is you want to avoid the middle on this hole is what I was looking for. So we'll place that firm fairway kind of like this, and then we'll have some trees on that side, I guess. Yeah, right along the edge here we'll have some trees, and then again some more fairway here. Maybe make it to where it doesn't run quite so fast on this side. Kind of like this. It's a very interesting hole. I think it's a very interesting little way of doing the hole, in my opinion. All right. And then I think, where else am I going to have? I'm probably going to have a green at some point over here. It moves through here. It's an A-. We need hazards to be improved, and then like a couple more tiles of fairway too. Oh, right here. Yeah, fairway can be in the middle here, of course, too. So there's a little bit of fairway. If you could hit it, probably not. And then hazards, yeah, obstacles, more trees along the edges, trees on this side, I guess. No, we're trying to say that the water is the problem on this side, though. So I kind of want this water to be just a little bit bigger. Yeah, it's a big lake now on that side. that's a little overdone, I think, just a tad bit. Yeah, I don't really want that. We'll go like this, and then the fairway needs to be expanded here a little bit more, I think. The fairway is a B+ now. It's a very narrow fairway. We'll go about like that. Yeah, that's like threatening, but not as threatening, you know? All right. And then just generic fairway through here, I guess, is fine. They're not really going to hit this, but it gives me the score. All right, there. It's a little different, you know, but it's fine. And then we'll just have some rough grass over here on this side. We'll see how they do. You know, we'll see how it turns out. There's our hole number 12. Seems good. And let's go ahead and make sure we mark that as 12 so that they know it's 12. It's like, hey guys, by the way, 12 is over here. In case you didn't know, it's right there. Structures, we're going to want our bathrooms to restrooms to be over here. I think we're going to place this maybe right in this spot here. And then we'll have our trash bins like that, and our bench, maybe, oh, there's a bench maybe like over here like this. And then our drinking fountain will be right there. All right. Maybe the trash bin can move over just a little bit. It's kind of in the way of what I would think is a natural walkway for people. So maybe we'll move the trash bin to here like that. So just give them some facilities out this way, right? So if they're out here and they need to, you know, WC, they don't have to walk all the way back over here to do it. They just use it here. Okay. So there's 12. We have 11. Comes out this way. 12 goes this way. It's a pretty long par 4. I'm digging it. Maybe we even put another WC out here. We can certainly afford it, and there's enough room here. I'm not doing anything else in this spot, I don't think. I mean, I could put a tee box right here, and then, yeah, par 3. That's what I was going to do, right? Yeah, par 3 was going to be right here. Let's see. Where would we put this? If I put the tee box here, let's say I hypothetically put the tee box here. This would be a 197-yard par 3 on the other side of the lake, and we would have the green be about here. 200-yard par 3. Wow. That's very long par 3. That's basically a par 4. But that's kind of what I was aiming for. If I do it really short, then I guess I might be able to get another green in this area later on. So maybe that's it. Maybe we just do 127-yard par 3 here. 118. It's a very short hole. I kind of like it, though, because it allows me to involve this lake in multiple holes. So I actually think I'm just going to do that. It's a very short 118-yard par 3. If I put it here, though, it's more interesting, isn't it? And I can have that other lake participate. Maybe here instead, huh? It's a very... 175 is more reasonable for a par 3. 184 is good, too. You know what? I'm going to put it right there. Decided. We're going to put it right there. And now we can involve this lake in multiple holes. Now there's like, yeah. I like this. Okay. So going back in. See the tee gets expanded. The green gets this treatment there. That's a small green. It works for me. I like it. Make this fairway nice and fast through here. That's good. They're probably not going to use it anyway, but there it is. And fairway still C. A C-. Really? It's a par 3, man. Like, the majority of the tiles are fairway right now. Come on now. Give me that ranking up. What are you doing? What are you doing to me right now? Here, let's do this right here. Make it faster right through here. Fine. A+ fairway now. Good. And then we want the rough grass, too, on the sides over here. That's good. On the sides between the trees on this side. Over here, maybe we could put some first cut behind it just to slow it down if it does get over here. I don't want it to maybe roll too far back. Maybe we could make it roll further back, right? We could put fairway right here so that it ends up rolling further into the grass. Probably want to do it fast right there. Yeah, I think that's probably appropriate. B, A-. There we go. Huh? Oh, I'm digging that. It's an A right now. Let's get some extra long grass maybe through here. Yeah. And that's it. A+. Simple hole. Very simple hole. Unlock it. And then also want to place my flag. Let's mark this as hole 13 in this direction, because you'd want to tell people coming from this side that that's 13. So there you go. And from here, maybe we get another drinking fountain. Looks like there's nothing here. So yeah, I think maybe another WC in this area would be good. And like the drinking fountain can be right through here too. So how about we take the restroom? We can place it right here. And this is so centrally located. It's actually quite nice. You can place it right there. It's covering so many holes, so many tee boxes. It's actually really nice. I like this. All right, so we'll go about like this. That covers all those tee boxes and the holes. Very nice. Bench to rest. Yeah, if you need that, here you go. Got a bench to rest. You can also watch people tee off. That's all good. Same thing with the drinking fountain. I think it's probably just, it's not quite, the range is lower. But I can cover 3. I can almost cover that tee box, but at least I'm covering the holes. All right, there it is. I think that's really nice. So you have a bathroom there, there, and there. Nothing over here, but you should have just had it because you just got over here from being hole number 1. And likewise, you just ended here at hole 9, so you shouldn't need it as you get out here anyway. As the hope is anyway, you don't need it. But that's interesting, eh? I like it. Man, this, you know what? Like, showing you all the details of setting up these holes, it takes longer than I suspected it would. I thought we could get all the way to 18 in this video. I mean, maybe. If I hurry, maybe we can. So there's 13, right? Let's get the tee box to 14. And we can say maybe something like... I could maybe... I don't know. Yeah, I think the tee box maybe can be here for 14. Now, is 14 in my par 5? It could be. I just like... How? How is it a par 5? Like, it just can't be long enough. I'd have to curve it. I'd have to put some kind of dog leg into it to make it that way. So I think maybe not. What I could potentially do is make a path. What if I did a path from this side? We could just bring it like across this. If I maybe have hole 13, this is weird, but maybe I have hole 13 here, and then they walk through here. They start 14 here. We come over and maybe, I don't know, put some kind of obstructions here, but it's still a par 4. I don't know how I can get another par 5 into the space is what I'm looking at. Like, how do I get another par 5 out of this course? Do I need another par 5? I have 2 of them, and I've got 3 par 3s. So I do need another par 5 to balance it out. And so I'm like looking at where can I put that? There's not a lot of space left, a full distance. So, I mean, if I place this tee box like right here next to this, as far back as I can go, kind of, maybe like right next to this path, it cannot get to par 5. It just, well, okay. I mean, kind of. It's very close. So what I'm thinking is maybe I can... Nah, man, I can't go across that. It's just going to invalidate so much land. So I'm going to have to maybe... Yeah, we're going to have to put the tee box like really close to it. I think that's the only thing I can do. All right, we can make this work. It's just going to be a little bit more... It's just going to be weird compared to what I wanted it. So it can't be here. It's got to be there. Because this is in the range of this course. Unless I move this tee box 1 over. I could do that. If I move this tee box 1 over, I could maybe get this here. Let's just see if I can make this happen. If we go there, does this reach par 5? Gosh, I mean, it does technically to the pin here, but then like my green is right up against the other course. So this hole is basically got to be at the very back of the green. We can make that happen. Okay. It's going to be right in the very back. This is a 442 yard. I don't know why it's writing it spaced like that, but it's 442 yard par 5. And I got it in there. It's complicated, but I got it there. Let's make this be 14. Yeah. We're going to mark this as 14, like so, I guess. Yep. And then we do the thing. So tee box gets expanded. It only needs to be that big. So I guess we'll play it. The trash bin's right next to it. The facilities are right next to it, I guess. We got a lot of trees to clear, but we'll do that later. Let's take green. The hole needs to be like right up against the back of the green here. So this is pretty much how this is going down right there. There's your green. It's an interesting green. Maybe we'll make it a little bit bigger here. There we go. It's a big green and right at the back of the pin. So, I mean, this is a huge hill. Like, how are you going to putt that and have it not go into this tree area? This is completely... First cut. I'm such a bastard. All right, we're gonna do that. Now is this? No, this hole is still the same hole. Yeah, this is A plus, and then this is a C. Yeah. Okay, so we need to have our fairway, and pretty basic here. We'll just go down the middle, all the way up to the green area right there. I guess we'll run it fast. We can probably slow it down right through here. Slow it down right there. That's good. Yep. And then we could have our faster fairway kind of running along this point to about here, let's say. So it's kind of a wide open fairway. It's mostly just the distance, and it's really not that, for a par 5, it's not that far, right? I mean, it's like the absolute minimum distance that I can get for a par 5. So all right, we're gonna put some actual rough like right through here, and some bigger rough through here. We can put some first cut stuff maybe over on the side, on this side. So you kind of want to avoid all of that, I guess. Let's add some trees to make this a bit more interesting as well. We can add a few trees over here, let's say, just to kind of keep that interesting. There we go. Sure. Maybe over here too, just to kind of give them something else to think about, right? We're going to eliminate this tree and this tree. I think these two trees, we can maybe leave that one. So you got to fairly accurate into there. You got to try to avoid that tree. I like it. We can add, if it wants me to put more hazards, then fine. If you chunk the ball, you're going into this really tall grass, you know? You can add some hazards that way. So don't chunk the ball, basically. All right, there you go. There you go. So it's an A now. Add some hazards on that side. There we go. A plus hole. It's very simple, you know, pretty simple hole here. Just real quick, let me add these trees back. I really want them to have to think about that. Okay. It's an A plus hole now for sure. All right. So we will unlock that one as well. We're at hole 14, done. And I managed to get another par 5 into it. So my balance now is I've got 3 par 5s and 3 par 3s. Okay. And at 14. So the next 4 holes could be par 4s, or I think they have to be, right? If I want to have the, you know, typical par be the way it is, if I want it balanced, then I think they kind of have to be. How did hole 11 become an A? What did I do over here that made that happen? Hazards. I must have removed something. Maybe it was over here. I removed some stuff over here. Let's just add some thicker grass right there. And that gets us back to 100% happiness. Wow. Well, I mean, you know, it's satisfying because you got a long trek here and there's not a lot of really bad hazards until you get over here. Right? So that's a pretty satisfying hole. Sure. I would argue that the back 9 is easier than the front 9. I was getting real creative over here. I mean, this is a little tamer, I think, over here is nice. Okay, so we've ended here with hole 14. I wasn't going to put a bathroom or anything over here, but now I'm kind of leaning on it because I can afford it. I'm kind of leaning on having just a restroom in this area, and maybe placing it like about here, I think. Yeah, about here. Just to kind of give them, you know, some support here on this side. So we'll place this trash bin. I wanted it to cover that tee box, but I think I'm getting into the course now, and I don't want to do that. So it's not going to cover that tee box, but I do want it to cover the green at least. So we'll put it there, and then the bench can go there. If you need a rest, you get a rest. Okay, there you go. I'm not covering both greens. I really want to. We're going to place it in place of that tree. Looks a little weird, but you know, it'll make it work. Just to make sure that all of the holes are still their high ranking. A plus, A plus. This one can technically be improved by hazards. I mean, it doesn't need to be, but I mean, it could technically be improved if I just, yeah, do that. So whatever, we'll do it. Okay. And then more bathrooms. So just allowing them to get on with what they need for their comfort. So there's hole 14, and then we only start 15. 15 comes back this way. It's par 4. So 15 here, and then 16's tee box. That seems a little weird. That's the weird part I was talking about earlier, though. It's like you're going to 13, and then you're going to bypass another tee box plus a green to get to hole 14. That's why the path is there. It's just kind of like, hey, by the way, you need to walk. But I didn't really include a lot of paths over here. I initially meant to. When I started, I started that, but I just didn't stick with it. In fact, I got some trees in the way of this path, so this kind of didn't work out that way. Kind of almost, now that I'm seeing this, want to fix that. Did that mess anything up? A plus, A plus. We could do a little better here on the fairway. I mean, it's inconsequential. They're not going to use the fairway, but it's just a numbers game. Oh, you have this many tiles of fairway. Okay, you win. It's basically all that is. So look, we did it. We got fairway there. Okay. Looking at 14. So we need 3 more holes before the end of this video. Wow, this is a long video then. Okay, so 14. We're going to go 15. I think it was going to be on this side. Maybe I go this way with it. No, I want 18 to be here. I want 18 green to be right there is what I want. I need to figure out a way to do that. So if I go this way with 15, 16 maybe goes back this way. It's another par 3, which is going to throw off the balance. So I need it to be long enough to be a par 4. I'm running out of real estate to do this. Like, we're going to have more par 3s at this point. Maybe that's the way it is. Maybe our par for this course is 70. That's not uncommon, actually. I know there's some people in the comments that have been saying 72, but there's plenty of courses, especially like big, well-known pro courses that are under 72. You know, like 70 is pretty common. So I don't think it's that big of a deal, because par 3s really test you on your technical skill, right? You get these big par 5s, and like, yeah, if you got a long drive, you're solid. I thought I just saw an A. Hang on. I didn't. I just thought I did. And like, you got a big long drive, that's great, you know? Off you go, huge. It really rewards you for having a great tee shot. But the par 3s, the ones where you're supposed to hit the green with precision in one hit, right? That really tests your technical ability, and that's what separates the pros, really, is that short game. So I'm thinking, like, I'm okay with having more 3s, I think. Especially since this is, remember, a video game. Okay, we must all remember this is a video game. Okay, let's. On that note, let's place our tee box here for that, and we can do a par 4 that just ends up with a big green, like over here. Yeah, right here is fine. So we'll say right about there. It's actually kind of in a dip, so all the green kind of flows towards the hole. I don't say I didn't give you anything. Okay, don't say I wasn't generous enough for you. We'll put 15's flag here, I guess. It's not really all that visible, but you're coming from this green, so I guess the idea is you're going to walk around, and you're not going to walk around very well if the trash bin is here. Let's make a little path right here just to kind of encourage them to walk this direction. Yeah, get rid of that tree, and this is actually part of the course over there, so it's... I don't want to ruin the ranking here, but it's a pretty firm A+. I think we can maybe afford to go back to base on this, or just delete. Yeah, if it's a pretty firm A+, I want to get that path to come around like that. There we go. And then I think from this rough grass is probably fine just to leave that. Yeah. And then we'll say that the bench is over here instead. And then the garbage bin is here. Okay. All right, so from this one, let's take a look. Obviously an F so far. We just started. So green, I guess I'm already on there. Let's go. Green is going to be there, and maybe we expand it to be that side too. Yeah, expand it to be that side too. Let's give them a little bit of a punishment for getting off of this. I'll put some grass right there. I don't think I like the trees as much as long grass right here. I like that. And you know what? I might even put first cut. Kind of, I don't want to surround it. I meant to do it here, but we'll have our fast, fast fairway kind of right here. I like it. And then maybe a shorter, not so fast fairway through here. We can go about there with it, I guess. And then just regular old fairway through here, let's say. Right about there is good. So that's an A+ fairway. And then I want to have... the trees maybe are a bit much for being that close to the fairway, so we can adjust that, I guess. We can add the trees maybe a little bit further away, kind of like over here. That's fine. Maybe over here is fine. I want some rough grass maybe on this side. I want to keep it open so they can at least reach that fairway. Obviously, they got to have a little bit of precision to get around the trees, but we're good so far. Rough all the way over here is good. You know, I haven't used sand in a while. It's been a bit, hasn't it? Since I've used water, right? Like, the back 9 is a very different course than the front 9, isn't it? I feel like we should maybe keep this in character a little bit. All right, I'm just saying we should probably do something that's, yeah, I think we should do something like this. So this water was over there. I'm going to have this water be, let's maybe do something like this. Just add a little extra blue features through here, right? Just in case. Yeah, just a little bit, all right? And then we want to clear the way for them to potentially put it in there. So let's get the trees out of the way. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I like that better, right? It's a little weird on how the fairway is forming here, though. So maybe we'll encourage them to try to hit that spot right here. We do need the A+ fairway anyway. And then, again, I haven't used sand in a long time. So maybe we put a little sand bunker on this side. And maybe on this side, too. Why not? Right? Maybe you miss the water, but you get the sand. That's possible. Again, we got to clear the trees out of the way just to kind of make that possibility for that to be in play. So now we have a lot less trees at the end of the course, but that's okay. We're introducing different hazards instead of trees. Things that require more maintenance, I guess, but fine. Yeah, we'll get a little closer there too. Okay, so it's a little bit different, right? I almost feel like I want to add some sand over here now. I feel like I'm missing an opportunity right here. Like right here should be sand, you know? Just like place it there and there you go. What about over... What do we got? It's an A+ right now, but the T is terrible, so we can just fix that really quick. We'll just go 1, 2, and then that's it. It's an A+ hole now. Outstanding. Unlock it. Okay, hole 15 done. Let's take hole 16. So 16, I think maybe you hit it over the water, but it's still not going to be par. It's not going to be the right par here. I think that's it's barely par 4. Whoa, another one where you can just barely put this. No, I have to stick it into this course. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, that's what I got to do. Unless maybe I angle it. Do I encourage them to go around a little bit? Maybe. That would work. Maybe I place this here. Let's try this. I place it there. And then see if we can't get that to trigger by bringing it around like this. That makes it, yeah, that makes it 249. So now I just need a reason for them to want to do this, right? So again, you get that reason by introducing hazards that are just really difficult to bypass. You can do it, but it's just difficult to do. Let's say 16. I'll place the flag maybe on this side. I want them to be able to walk to it from here, though. So I'm thinking the flag can be maybe facing this way. It's fine. Okay, so they are going to hit off the tee. And I think maybe I leave that rock there. I mean, they can go over it anyway, but we're going to remove that and remove these two, and I think that one stays. We're going to introduce more trees right alongside here. Just like, hey, you got to, play the game. Play the game the way I want you to is basically what I'm going to suggest by doing this. Like, you're not going to get that green unless you got to be really talented to get that green. So we'll see how that works out. So that's a good green. It's great hazards. Terrible fairway. We're going to, again, make recommendations on hitting the fairway. This is very, very hilly, though. I'm thinking maybe we, let's flatten this out just a little bit. Yeah, just kind of make this just a little bit more sensible for the sake of golfer sanity there. There we go. It's just like, wow, it's so hilly. What do I do? I don't need it. So let's put some rough on that side. And then everything about the ranking on this course right now is just fairway recommendations. So we'll just do that right here. We can do a slower fairway back over here. I'll be generous. All right. I don't want you to necessarily roll over into the other course or anything. There we go. So we give you a bit more fairway on this side. Yeah, over there on that side. We'll leave that tree because why not, I guess. There we go. And, more fairway over here. I mean, it just demands more fairway. Honestly, we don't really need the rough grass. We have enough hazards as is, so we'll just keep them on the fairway here. Yeah, so we're really just like recommending you go this way is the idea. All right, let's go ahead and activate that one. And 16 is complete. Cool. So 17 is going to do... Let's see, 17 is going to be here. And I think I'm going to dogleg it, Maybe we'll have 17 do this and end up over here. It could be potentially a par 5. We'll try to keep it as a 4, and then we'll finish up with 18 ending up over here is what I wanted to do. I'm just worried about the distance that I can cover there. It's a really weird thing going on right now. So maybe I do something like a diagonal. A diagonal wouldn't be too bad here, actually, because we can do that and then come back. And it ends up being I think 18 is going to be a 3. I don't think there's any way I can make it a 4. And that's fine. 71 par is completely fine to me. So I think we go like maybe here for this tee. And we have a par 4, 319 yards. We end up with a par 4 maybe over here somewhere. Yeah, I think maybe over here somewhere. And yeah, we can curve it for sure. It can still happen. Let's just give us a sign. Give me a sign right here. Obviously, I want to keep these trees here because it's dissuading them from doing this. It also kind of protects this tee box by doing that. Maybe we actually go in and just make this a little bit more, yeah, just a little bit more protected there. We're going to remove that tree. And we also want a walk path through here. So I'm thinking I'm going to go about like that. Yeah, I mean, if they want to try to thread that needle, I guess they can try. But this kind of, hey, right from the hole, by the way, 17 is here, you know? Just like the sign shows them where it is, right? And then we'll take and add a drinking fountain in this area too. Let's make sure that you guys can get your refreshments. And I also don't want you throwing bad things around. So we'll put a garbage bin right there. And maybe we'll give you a bench. If you're tired, you can rest right here, okay? Right next to the green. All right, 17 is gonna have to turn a little bit. We're gonna curve it this way if we can. Yeah, kind of go a bit like that with it. All right, so we're gonna add some stuff through here. Maybe just a giant lake. Oh, I mean, it's really blue here and not a lot. If I put a big old lake right here, that would be awesome. I think it would just look good. Let's do that. Just a big old lake right here. How about we go, let's say, from here to about like this. I like it. It's just a feature, you know? It doesn't even have to be in where the course is. Like, it's not helping me with my grade right here, but it's just something that looks, you know, it's something that's part of the land now. There's a big lake right here. I like it. We could even do another one right here, but I'm gonna leave this open as just a bunch of trees and rough grass instead. Yeah, through here, another bunch of rough grass right through here. Let's line this with trees to kind of separate these holes a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Some extra rough grass right through here, over here too. Just to kind of, again, you gotta encourage them to hit it where they're supposed to hit it. A little bit of rough grass over on that side. Maybe some first cut over here on this side. That's fine. Add some extra trees over here because we can. Okay, hazards are pretty good here. Let's get the fairways good. You can just kind of paint this fairway through here. Let's say get rid of that tree. We can have a little slower fairway maybe through this because it's a corner. We don't want to necessarily run into those trees. So we'll give them, you know, be a little nicer to them right there. Yeah. I think just this whole part here should just be a fairway. There we go. So we have a B fairway at the moment. That's not what I suspected, but okay. Let's get like maybe into this. There we go. Get that tree out of the way. That's fine. So that's an A+ fairway too. We can fix the tee very easily and we can fix the green very easily. So the green just kind of does that. That's fine for me. I like it. Maybe we don't have... We put a little first cut on the side here like that. Yeah. Okay. And then we fix the tee box and we're good. So there we go. Tee box is... That's the wrong tee box. Wrong tee box. At least it's improved now. It's fine. Here's a nice tee box for you. There you go. You can have that. Okay. It's an A+ hole. Once again, another ace hole. There. Done. 17. A little bit different. I like it. And then 18. It could be a par 3. I'm fine with it. 9 was a par 3. So why not 18 too? You know, that's fine. So we end up with what? As I do a par 3 for 18, we end up with 1, 2, 3 par 5s. Okay. 3 par 5s and 1, 2, it's going to be 4 par 3s. I think that's acceptable. I think that's acceptable. All right, so 18. It's right here. I'm actually going to raise this up. I want this to be like a pretty high hill. You're going to have to walk up. And you're going to get some height, right, on this. We're going to bring this up a little bit. Yeah. You're going to be hitting this shot from on top of a hill. And that's going to give you a look at what I think is going to be yet another sand-heavy par 3. We're going to have a lot of sand nearby. All right. So we're going to do that. Let's take and add a new hole. It's going to be right there. And we bring it right here. It's a 171-yard par 3 to end the day. I like it. So we put 18. The sign for 18 is going to be right here, letting them know, hey, by the way, no, that's not what I want. You said 18 when I went to hit this. I went to lay it down, and you said it, and then you took it away. All right, so let's put the sign there again. 18. That's, no, not 10. You silly thing. Come on now. Come on now. Be nice to me. Where can I put this sign for 18 and actually have it stay 18? Is this good? This will be fine. Okay. 18 is there. Okay. So, what do we got here for 18? Let's clear these trees out. And obviously all the trees around the green need to be cleared out. At least that. We could probably line this just in case, you know, people are walking by and everything. We could probably place some trees here as just like a barrier. I didn't really do that here. I have a little bit, though. There's some trees right here. And that kind of helps with, you know, potentially getting hit by the building or whatever. But if I place, you know, more, just like have one more tree there, that helps with the building. And we could do the same thing here. Just like lining this area with trees helps to, in case any balls go too far and they might not hit the building that way. All right. I'm thinking we do sand along the backside here and right here, right? Like right up against where the hole is even. Like you got to be very precise of where you're going to be, okay, for this. There's my green. I think that's a B+. Interesting. Let's go A+ now. There we go. So the hole is on the left side of the green. It's right up against that sand. And the sand, I think, extends even out this way. Yeah. So it's kind of even like pushing. Even if you go straight at the hole, you kind of have to aim to the right a little bit if you really want to avoid it. I like that. It's devious. I like the deviousness of this. We'll do some fast-moving fairway through here. That's good, too. There we go. I think maybe some slower-moving fairway can be maybe in this area. That's fine. But if you get closer, you get that really fast run-up. Yeah, that's okay. So we got B+. I'll just give them the fairway that they want because the game is demanding fairway. So here we go. Hazards. Give them rough grass. Let there be first cut as well over here. That's fine with me. It's kind of open. Not a lot of trees in the way. I did clear them out, but there we go. Hazards. Sure. I mean, you want more, I'll give you more, but it just, at this point, I don't think it matters too much, but there you go. It's an A. I need more hazard to make it, so I guess I just add the grass over here. Maybe we do it here. Here we go. There's a bunch of first cut right here. A+. Mark it. Unlock it. We have an 18-hole course, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of space right here that's not really being used. I guess that's fine. It's not that big of a deal. I do wonder if it would allow me to place a hole 19. I don't know why it, I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't, but the game of golf has 18 holes. So if I wanted to place another one, it's hole 19. It does let me do it. So that's interesting. I wasn't sure if it would. I wanted to see, and it turns out it will let you place 19 holes. So now you know. If you were curious, can you go over 18? Yeah. Yeah, it'll let you do it. But we have just a lot of nature through here too. Maybe I could have this lake, right? Maybe this lake is just enormous, right? We could have this just be, you know, that's why we didn't use this area, because it was just so much natural water through here, you know? Why not? We're not using it anyway, so there you go. You have like a big lake right here, and then maybe there's just like a wooded area that was too expensive to clear, so we didn't bother clearing it. So there we go. Right? I don't know why it would be too expensive. We cleared everything else. But yeah, there you go. All right, you just like line the place, all this extra space. This is nice. It doesn't look like it's wasted space anymore, you know? And then this is reserved for a bigger driving range later is what I'm hoping for. And we could even maybe line this with some trees too, because we can. Why not? There we go. Yeah, sure. So there you go. Guys, 18 holes on Putter Down. $174,000. We've maxed out the prestige at 50, I suppose. 96% happiness. I mean, you can't dominate the game much more than this. Well, I suppose we could. But you know what we're going to do is this is just the second one. We got more to do, don't we? Yeah. So if I save game, let's go to the main menu. We got more to do. Okay. And when I say there's more to do, I mean, it's career. There we go. So we can now unlock this, which is interesting. It takes control of my camera to show me that. Yeah. 3 stars here, 3 stars here. We could go there, but we have Metro Meadows. Very different course over here, right? So we're going to tackle this in the next video, okay? So come on back for that if you want to see more. Thanks for watching. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.